We're going to take a look at some models of health and illness, how we model the idea of what it means to be well, and how we model the idea of what it means to be sick. Makes a lot of difference in how we go about treating illness or restoring health or maintaining health. One model that we could use to describe health and illness would be a function-dysfunction model. And the questions here are questions like, can you do what you want to do? Are you functional? Are you able to work? Are you able to carry out necessary daily functions? Can you tie your own shoes? Can you take a bath unassisted? Can you walk up the stairs? Can you drive a car? And is your level of functionality increasing, or is it decreasing, or is it staying the same? If it's increasing, then according to this model you're getting better. If it's decreasing, then according to this model you're getting worse. If it's staying the same, you're just maintaining your current level of health or illness. Do you need somebody to do for you what you cannot do for yourself until you're able to do it again? That person might be a healthcare professional. In many ways, you could define healthcare as doing for people what they would do for themselves if they were able, but they can't because of illness or injury. And so they need somebody to do these things for them for a while. These may be relatively small things like tying their shoes or helping them in and out of their wheelchair, or they could be very large things like breathe, meaning put me on a ventilator, or make my heart work, meaning give me a heart massage or something. So healing here is then defined as returning to functionality. Another model for looking at the health-illness issue would be the wholeness-brokenness model. Whole, then, would be what a person was designed to be: healthy, functional, related to other people, happy, connected to their environment and to their family and to their friends, complete and strong and capable. And we could add a whole host of other words like interdependent and all of that sort of thing. Illness, then, would be understood as being broken. This would mean being sick or being hurt or weak or alone or unhappy or incomplete or unable. A related model, it's just about the same thing but with slightly different words, would be to talk about being integrated or being disintegrated. In other words, to have all the pieces of myself connected to one another or have the pieces of myself scattered all over the place. This would be a connected disconnection kind of model. According to the Bible, all brokenness and dysfunction, all illness, including death, stems from disconnection with God, who is the source of all life. And according to the Bible, human beings were originally created connected to God. But as a result of the wrong exercise of that gift of free choice, they chose to go their own way and disconnected from God. And when they disconnected from God, they disconnected from the source of all life and all wisdom and all goodness. And as a result, they began immediately to experience brokenness and disconnection and dysfunction. It'd be like disconnecting a branch from a tree. Inevitably, the branch dies. It would be like disconnecting a fetus from the placenta. Inevitably, the fetus dies. It would be like disconnecting a lamp from the electricity. The lamp goes out without a source of power. So the connection-disconnection model works very nicely with a biblical theology. Here is a biblical view of life. You notice in the top left-hand corner there's creation. This is the way God intended people to be. They were whole, they were functional, they were fully connected, they were integrated. Then came the fall, which is what the theologians call this wrong exercise of freedom of choice. And the result was that human beings fell from where they were to a place of brokenness, a place of dysfunction, a place of disintegration, a place where life began to be unsatisfactory. It began to have elements of suffering in it. It began to have a challenge to meaning inherent in day-to-day living. There came to be a lot of suffering and discomfort connected with life, challenges to bodily well-being as well as mental and social and emotional well-being, all, according to the Bible, as a result of a spiritual problem, a fall from connection with God. And as the tag there shows, all of human history, all of everything that we know of as our personal history and the history of the race is in that hole that is labeled there, all of human history. But according to the biblical model, God does not leave this alone forever and ever. He's going to fix it, and according to the New Testament, this comes in connection with the Second Advent. And there will be a recreation in which God will restore things to their original form, and human beings will be functional and well and whole again. According to Christianity, to this thing called the gospel, God has taken responsibility not only for doing this in the future, but in the present He has also invaded our world, you might say. He has dropped into our world in the person of Jesus Christ, and He has reconnected fallen human beings to Himself through this thing called the Jesus event or the Jesus story or the cross or the gospel or the new covenant, whatever name you choose to give to it. So that not only is there the promise of something in the future, but there's also this present reality in which God is a part of human history. He has come down, He has lowered us a rope, and the name of the rope is Jesus. He has reconnected human beings to Himself, and the name of the connection is Jesus. All who will. He won't force anybody, but anybody who wants to can have that reconnection. Spirituality, then, is the thing that gives us awareness of this alternate reality that most people don't even recognize, because they think that the only reality that there is the reality that they see around them every single day. Spirituality is what connects us to God through Jesus Christ. Spirituality is what enables God to work in us and through us through His Spirit, who connects us back to Him through our spirits. So God, through His Spirit, connects with our spirit and reaffirms this connection with us and reestablishes us and makes us whole and functional and integrated again. And all of this is a function of this thing called spirituality.